if I told you you could invest in a tier 1 developer with only around 1 million dirhams, paying only 400,000 dirhams over the whole construction period over the next 2.5, 3 years, would you be interested to know more? Now, why this particular investment is again the most anticipated launch of the year in its segment is because of the price range we have and the opportunity to invest in a tier 1 developer. Why this matters, although you'll find at least 10, 20, even 100 other projects in Dubai investing around 1 million dirhams, but why this was so anticipated and we had an oversupply, flood of brokers, clients coming to the launch briefing is because of the scarcity value that this particular project has. Now, if you want to invest close to 1 million dirhams across the market, you'll find a lot of options. But what you won't find is that you're investing in a tier 1 developer, you're investing in a community, you're investing in a location where there is heavy government infrastructure coming up, and that when you invest in that community, the closest nearby comparables are at a much higher price, so that creates your minimum margin of capital growth. Now, why investing around 1 million dirhams is very risky is because there is just so much supply that's coming up. Just to give you an idea, the amount of supply that we are having in the next 4 years, it's equal to the supply that was delivered in the last 18 years. Despite of us having huge capital inflows, despite of us having the highest millionaire migration in the world, more than all of US combined, despite of having very large hedge funds, companies coming up, you still have to be careful about your selection so you can make the most amount of money out of it. If you want a ready property, you're looking at 7% rental yield, which is much better, especially when it's tax-free compared to any other city or country around the globe. But if you want to make good money out of it, because in the same market that you're in, you're going to hear somebody else has doubled, tripled their money in the last 3-4 years, and somebody else has lost money on their investment or has not made any significant value of their capital invested. Now we're going to look at this project, tell you why exactly it is so anticipated, why it is so much high in demand that it's been only 2 days, 3 days, and the EOIs are almost full. One of the most important, one of the most interesting parts outside of the price, outside of the payment plan, which gives you great leverage, one of the few opportunities investing in this particular price segment, we are doubling your equity under the construction period. Again, investing in a tier 1 developer. Omniyat, if you've heard of it, you're not just investing in a new private developer that has come into the country, acquiring plots and then building on it, but somebody who's got over 20 years of experience in the market building the most expensive apartments, residences across the city. From the Palm, from the Dorchester collection that you can see in downtown Business Bay, where prices have increased threefold over the last few years. And what excites me the most about this particular project at this current stage is that you're investing into the first phase of a 165,000 square meter master plan of apartments. You literally cannot get any apartment across the market where you're investing anywhere less than 1.5 million dirhams and get into a community where you have the opportunity to do so over here in a tier 1 developer with the right track record, which gives you an idea for the future investment and what kind of money you can make out of it. We were selling back in the day Beyond's first project. Again, Omniyat is the group of companies under which we've got the sister company Beyond, which handles only the mid-luxury segment. If you want to invest in Omniyat itself, you're looking at least 10-15 million dirhams for the most minimum price. Getting back to the point about the first phase, we were selling back in the day the first launch of Beyond in Maritime City, 1 bedrooms for 2.3 million dirhams. The same 1 beds after a few months have transacted for 2.8 million, 2.6 million that we've got multiple transactions for. Why? Because this is the value of entering into the first phase. This over here is going to be the first phase of the 5 phases that we're going to have in this particular master plan of 165,000 square meters. Omniyat Beyond has acquired multiple plots across City of Arabia where we're having huge infrastructure coming up from the government of Dubai, of the Latifa bin Hamdan Road, of the very luxurious green ribbon of developments where villas are being sold for 35, 40 million dirhams. So it's going to be the most premium green patch of land across Dubai, being your whole surrounding. Now, if we go more into detail in terms of what exactly we have over here, we've got 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, and 3 bedroom apartments right over here. 1 bedroom starting from only 1.1 million dirhams, which is again shocking price for a community from a tier 1 developer, especially when it's under the Omniyat group. And when we talk about the 2 bedrooms are starting at 2.1 million dirhams, and the 3 bedrooms are starting at 3.2 million dirhams. The higher the typology we go at, the lesser number of units, the more level of exclusivity that you are looking at. 2 bedrooms, of course, are very, very limited, but the most limited typology is 3 bedrooms, which is only 2 units per building. So if you're someone who's looking to spend less, again, you don't really get 3 bedroom apartments around this price range. You know, these are much, much more expensive, even when you look at the area and other comparable projects. And paired with the exclusivity, these could have been priced much, much higher. But again, as we were speaking about it, tier 1 developers such as Omniyat, such as Emaar, Nakheel Miras, they always want to leave that margin for an investor to enter into the development and make money out of it, and that's how we get repeat investments into the same developer. In terms of the infrastructure, it's not just the road that we are having. This, again, location is truly, truly important. It's already quite close to downtown comparably to, let's say, Dubai South or anything on the other side, which you're really looking at when you want to invest close to this price point and not go in a basic standalone building, which can be very, very easily replicated and have somewhat of a scarce product, which has somewhat of a community to it and has that scarcity value that, you know, tomorrow it's really going to rent for as high as possible. It's really going to make you that capital gains. You need that scarcity value, and you're investing into an area which is already in demand. Al Barari is filled with people. People are paying close to 2 million dirhams. Again, it's a community which most would say is not really comparable to Beyond's community, but if you're comparing it to other off-plan projects such as Kafoods, again, totally different. It's gonna have an adding effect to this particular community because it's gonna have the Kafoods mall, etc., which is going to be accessible to the people living in this community. So it's just gonna add the prices over and want more people to move into this particular community. Both of the communities complement each other, but if you want to go for a 1 bedroom over there, you're looking at 1.5, 1.6 million, which is again fully sold out. Again, a truly, truly spectacular project. An expenditure of hundreds of millions of dirhams, which is going to give you connectivity to Dubai Hills, approximately 10 minutes from there, and approximately 15 minutes to District 1, which later connects you to downtown Dubai. So this area is going to have heavy infrastructure. It's going to have great connectivity, which is going to attract a lot of people. Plus, communities are something that people move out for. Even if you want to buy a 1 bedroom right now in this location in a community, in the only real community of apartment that's ready, you're paying close to 1.8, 1.9 million dirhams for a 1 bedroom in Al Barari. If we talk about the whole master plan itself, this is just 3 buildings of the 13 different buildings that we're going to have, plus another 2 commercial buildings. First of the 5 phases. With each phase, we have a price increase as already seen in Maritime City and with all tier 1 developer. In terms of giving you a small idea of what this master plan has to offer, again, this has to be discussed on a longer call. If you're looking at it to live in it, if you want to understand the depths of the product, what exactly it has to offer. Here we've got Tower C. On this side, we've got Tower A and B. Tower C has got only 79 units and Tower A and B has got 98, 97 units respectively. As you can see, most of the land parcel over here is used towards the amenities itself. So approximately 70% of the land itself is dedicated to open spaces and amenities and greenery, water bodies. Give you that full community feel that you're going to have in this particular community at a price point much, much less compared to anything around it. When 70% of the land is given to amenities, when buildings are only G+6, G+7, you know the supply is less. The developer is not trying to charge you more and make the most money out of it from a commercial standpoint, but to give an investors an edge, to give an investor and gap to make money out of it, and also the residents to feel like they're at home. If you talk about the amenities, you've got shaded pathways, you've got shaded cabanas, you've got co-working spaces, kids play area, kids club, all kinds of amenities that you can imagine in an apartment community and much more than that. So as you can see, Omniyat Beyond focuses as much as possible on the details, and it is highly meticulous about what it's building in the community itself.